Welcome, one and all, to Breaking Chains. Thank you for being here. Today we are going to talk about Brittany J and the DMCA. But we have a few other things to get into first before we get into Brittany J and the DMCA. Because you know what? I have a
really big shoe.
Really big shoe. Really big. Hello, everybody coming in. Thank you very much for being here. It is good to see you. I hope this Saturday finds you well and preparing for those of you in America for a Thanksgiving feast that is deserving of you. And looks like we have a couple new members. We have Darzilla. Welcome to Breaking Chains, to Drogon's Fire, and Michael R. And we have a milestone coming in with LSU Nancy Drew, member for 7 months. I think 7 months was right around when I started. I think when I started memberships. So you're one of the OGs, LSU Nancy Drew. Good to see you all. Good to see you, beautiful people. Hello, hello, hello. All right, like I said, I got a
really big shoe. Really big.
We're going to talk about the fact that Brittany J complains endlessly about people, quote unquote, stealing her content. Okay. Now, mostly what she's focused on is screen sniping. And that is, for those of you who don't know, screen sniping is on YouTube when somebody is live and another person is also streaming that same content live at the same time, in real time. And no one... right, content. Blaze Fairchild, what content? That we're going to get into that as well. And so she hones in on just screen sniping, but you know, transformative use and fair use involve much more than just whether somebody is screen sniping. And in fact, screen sniping is not even really written into the law because obviously most of these laws were not made when YouTube and the social media were around. But also, it's not really even a YouTube thing. Like, there's no specific rule in the YouTube terms of service about screen sniping. Basically, basically anybody can screen snipe as long as they are adding their own content. They're not profiting from just the totality of the original work, and they aren't preventing the copyright holder from profiting off of their work. So it has a lot more. It's not just fair use is not just about did somebody play my content at the same time I was live. It's much more. It's much more broad, but that's one of the things that she does is hone in on one specific thing and act like it describes the totality of a situation. So for her, it's not fair use to screen snipe, which, you know, is really up. Ultimately, it's up to the courts to decide, because even YouTube doesn't decide whether there's a copyright violation. They might issue a copyright strike based on the claim that is submitted by the copyright owner. But if it gets challenged, it's going straight to court, because YouTube doesn't. It's copyright law. The DMCA is so nuanced and technical and complicated that they don't want to be the ones making the decision about whether something is copyrighted content or not. So really, we're not fighting in a legal battle here on YouTube. What we're basically fighting is, what will YouTube see as original content or not original content? What will YouTube ultimately strike down and keep down, based on very loose interpretations of the rules. But if they get challenged, they're going to force it to go to court. Okay. But before we get into that piece of it, there's another thing, as I was doing my research for this video, and the video that I already put out that some of you may have already seen, the one that is about Brittany just snoring her way through a month worth of, there's at least 15 minutes that I caught of her snoozing her way through true crime videos, okay, where she was showing other people's content while sleeping. Now, I can't determine whether that's fair use. Even YouTube can't determine whether that's fair use. It's ultimately up to a court to decide whether it's fair use. But I can tell you this. Hey, Cinnamon, good to see you. I can tell you this. It certainly doesn't seem fair for somebody to be able to sleep through other people's original content, right? So, but before we get into that, there's another thing that I caught as I was doing my research, because the way I did my research is I said, okay, let's take a month worth of Brittany J's, only her true crime content, not the drama content. Because in all honesty, I don't really care what she does on her drama channel that much. I care a lot more about what she does when she's doing true crime coverage. And in fact, I wouldn't even be covering her if she didn't say that she has a true crime channel. If she wasn't portraying herself as a true crime YouTuber, I wouldn't be covering her, in all honesty. If she today rebranded allegedly with Brittany as just drama content, she probably wouldn't hear from me ever again. But I care about people who call themselves a true crime channel and then snore through other people's content while she plays it, and then come out here and yell at other people for doing other things that might be unfair use. So it's very much a rules for thee and not for me, rules for me and not for thee type of situation. So I actually do have 2 other videos I'm going to show you that I made, real quick videos that are going to be available for members only after this stream. Because I also caught a place where she talks about her legal fund. And now this is, after I heard this, I became convinced that I know where her $8,000 went, or, however much it was that she collected, her $8,000 to $10,000 to $15,000, whatever it is. After hearing this from October 25th, 2025, just a month ago, I became convinced that I know where that $8,000 went. So let's listen to this.
Yeah. Well, and the beautiful thing is too, that attorney that I didn't get and that I didn't pay $8,000 to.
Remember that have an attorney, huh? You don't have an attorney, hon.
Yeah, he sent certified letters to my DA in my county, and he sent a certified letter to the. I don't think there's anything that I can't. I don't think I cannot say that. He sent a certified letter to. I'm just letting it be known, like my CPS and my DA have certified letters from my attorney that state. No, that's all I'm saying. That state,
that you've retained them. That
I've been harassed and that all of this stuff that's happening, all of these calls y'all are receiving, it's internet harassment.
Okay. So I know that hey, Shift, good to see you. I know that there's, I was listening to a stream yesterday, and I forget whose stream it was, where this was brought up, right? Where somebody said, yeah, that's right. She said that she sent letters to CPS and the DA. And that just kind of, I marked that in my memory. And then, as I was doing my research for this DMCA thing, you know, her snoozing through most of her true crime, I came across this, which solidifies it to me. So basically what we have are 4 cease and desists that were sent to Granny, Clue and Cletus, and Queen Bee. All right. And then those cost a percentage each of the 8K, right? And then we have certified letters going to the DA and CPS. And the way she's portraying it here is that they're writing to the DA and CPS to say it as almost like a defense of her. You know, it was a defense strategy for her with CPS to say, I'm being harassed by these people on the internet, and that's why you guys are being called. It's not anything that I'm doing in my home. It's all their fault. And I remember her also saying she wants to get the names of the people from CPS of who called, even though a person already came forward and said who called. It was Dark Horse who made at least the first call, right? So point being that whatever letters were sent to the DA and to CPS, I would imagine cost a lot more money than those cease and desist letters cost, because it takes a lot more, you know, nuance, a lot more. It's a professional to professional letter writing, you know, a lawyer to a DA who is trying to convince this DA, presumably, to open up an investigation into harassment of Brittany J. So my question is, so that's basically, as far as I'm concerned, that's where her money went. It went to these letter writing campaigns from her lawyer, where he was just writing letters to people to say, either stop talking about my person on the internet, and they were badly drafted letters because they had misinformation in them. They accused the wrong people of doing the things that they didn't do. But also, so we have those letters, and then we have letters being sent to a DA and CPS, which I would imagine cost more than those C's and D's. Okay. Because it takes more legal reasoning in those letters to compel DA and CPS to do whatever it is that she wants them to do. In other words, in broad terms, she just flushed her money down the toilet, in all honesty, because there's no way in hell that the DA is going to open up an investigation into this. And there's no way in hell that she's going to see any results from some letter that was sent to CPS saying that it was everybody else's fault that CPS was sent to her house. Right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. She thought the DA would look into random people across states and they would prosecute and she wouldn't have to pay. I mean, it's freaking crazy. So that's where I think all that money went. And my question to her donors, her legal fund donors, is that what you expected? Is that what you expected? Did you expect, when you first contributed to her fund, did you think she was going to come out here and sue people for harassment like she said she was? Or did you think she was going to spend that on defending her CPS case? Because that's ultimately what she's doing here, is defending her CPS case. So No, that is not what it said on her Give Send Go. On her Give Send Go, it said something about, you know, it was vague in general, but it was definitely led people to believe that she was going to be taking legal action against people harassing her. And there was, remember all the big talk about how channels are going to go down. I wonder if that was the impression they got when they talked to this lawyer, and he said he was going to send this letter to the DA. This could result in some sort of charges. This could result in channels coming down. I mean, we were told that this lawyer's specialty is getting channels taken down. So it may also be that he also sent, correspondence to YouTube. That would cost another bunch of money, right? Because every time that lawyer has to sit down and write a letter that's more than 2 or 3 pages, it's going to cost a good amount of money. So, but the bottom line is, I consider this misappropriation of legal funds, because that is not what she, how she portrayed she was going to use that money. CPS was called in. If everything was fine, they would have looked around and not open a case. The boys, yeah. So you're going to hear in here in another video I'm about to show you in a minute actually, I'm sorry. I just realized I cut that part out of it. But in the last few days, she's talked about how they've gotten 4 CPS calls. And her and Craig haggle over how many times CPS visited her house. So, and they clearly opened cases because they kept coming back and rechecking her house, right? They didn't just come and clear her. So, yeah, I don't know who wrote those. Maybe the lawyer didn't send the C&Ds, but clearly he wasn't retained to do any actual litigation in court, or he would have shown up to court to he would have filed those protective orders on Clue and Cletus, and he would have shown up to represent Brittany. So there's that. Now, I also wanted to show you this quick thing I put together called Rules for Thee and Me and Not for Thee. And this is basically the definition of Brittany's life. You will see this clip video go back and forth between her shouting at, it starts with her talking about Katie and Chris, but mostly Katie. It starts with her talking about Katie, and that's Rules for Me. And then it goes into her talking about her shouting at other people, and that's But Not for Thee. Meaning she sits here in the last just few days. I would agree with you, Hit the Like, that it's not their first encounter. She sits here and rails in the last couple of days. Just recently, she just rails and goes off, and that's I've captured in another video. Rails and goes off on people for talking about her and being interested in the things that she actually shows on her channel, the things that she brings to the internet. People commentate on it, and they might be critical of it. And she screams and yells at people for doing that, but does the same thing to true crime families. And here's proof. Blah. Blah.
And she talks like this child is made to go to his room and lay down at a very, very early time.
Yeah, early.
You're not fucking worried about my kids, you stupid bitch. That's my kid. That's my kid. That ain't for you to worry about. My kids aren't the community kids. They're mine. Are you making him go lay in his bed, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon?
You see? So she gets to talk about, what time Sebastian went to bed and how Katie describes the bedtime routine with Sebastian. Hey, Liberty. Hey, everybody else coming in. Sorry if I've missed people who've said hi to me specifically. But how many times has she sat here and just picked apart every little aspect of Katie's life? But we're not supposed to do that with her, even though she has a drama channel. Okay?
And go to sleep at 8? Like, you're not.
Brittany, do you send your kid to bed at 5 and make him lay there till he goes to sleep at 8? I mean, like, if someone said that about your kid, you would be yelling at them. I keep doing that.
Not raising them. You're not feeding them. You're not getting them
You're not raising Sebastian. You're not feeding Sebastian.
up and getting them ready for school every day and taking them to the doctor when they're sick.
You didn't do any of that shit for Sebastian, did ya?
Comforting them when they have a bad day or they feel scared. That's my kids. They belong to God. That's it, not you.
Sebastian belongs to God, not you.
And how often does he have to do that?
How often do your kids have to do that?
You don't even know my son. You don't know anything about his personality. You know nothing about him to even.
You know nothing about Sebastian's personality. You know nothing about him.
Speak on him. You need to stop worrying about my kids.
You need to stop worrying about every little thing Chris and Katie say about raising their kid.
You people are too fucking invested with somebody else's life. To say I don't believe that she was emotionally connected.
You can't be so invested in other people's lives, but I can sit here and talk about how this person who's doing a TV interview because her son is missing is just not emotionally connected.
I don't think she had an emotional, or I think there was a detachment there between her and Sebastian. Y'all have already called CPS on me 4 times. That's enough. Now, mind you.
I guess I did leave it in there. So y'all have called CPS on me 4 times. Okay. Now let's keep watching. What is she about CPS calls?
Called CPS on me 4 times. That's enough. Now, mind you, 5 CPS calls.
Oh, okay. So there were 5 CPS calls allegedly in Sebastian's life. And he was 15 by that time. By the time he went missing, your kids are years younger, and you've now had 4 CPS calls by your reckoning, and you're claiming that that's all internet generated. Well, maybe it is, but that doesn't mean that they aren't valid calls. And we don't know if they're all internet generated calls, do we? We just don't. So it's incredible for Chris and Katie to have 5 CPS calls, but don't even consider Brittany's calls valid, because she's just being harassed and it's everybody else's fault. Right. Okay.
I can't. Y'all, I cannot with you people. And y'all know you hold me to a standard that is so unreal. I'm held to this standard where every little thing that I do is picked apart and made content about. When you talk to somebody, you still have to, even if it's just
every little thing, right, Brittany? Every little thing.
for a little bit, connect with them. Look at them, let them know you're speaking to them directly. She looked at the floor the whole time.
Where would you be looking if you did a TV interview about your missing child? Where would you be looking? And how would you feel about us picking apart everywhere you looked and every way you looked on a TV interview about your missing child. I can't.
She seems so docile, like she's meant. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It is weird.
I have a question. During BJ's live on 11/16, Ivy League Fleitner states the lawyer is a criminal attorney and not for C&Ds, ROs, etc. BJ confirms this vocally. Is that for CPS stuff? I think it's because he was writing to the DA. He was trying to get it might be 69 Catalina. It might be, I don't know if that's one of those calls. But anyway, I thought it was very interesting that Ivy League Fleitner said that it's a criminal attorney. So wait, what is the criminal matter? And then I started thinking, well, maybe they consider they consider defending their CPS as part of a criminal case, and they also consider the harassment that she's getting criminal. So he was supposed, so on the criminal end of things, he was trying to get charges on them for a criminal case. I think that's what she meant, but I also think that they are intentionally vague and confusing just to confuse us, just because there is no truth in what they're saying. So they have to say 15 different things to confuse us to try to pick through, right? Because in the true crime community, we're going to look at what you said and the facts around it and then make an analysis. That's what's going to happen. So
Weird. Y'all have to take everything and pick it apart and make it something horrible. Oh my God.
All the same people, Britt, coming.
Why are you worrying about my personal business, Wildflower? Why? Why are y'all so invested? Y'all are so hung up on everything that we do. There is no motherly, nurturing, loving emotions coming from her at all. It's almost contrived, and she's not saying how no, it's like she's trying to, it's just bad. These creators are doing it for money. No, you need help because you're worried about somebody else's life. You fucking idiot. And then she looks to him. Now watch him. His is going to be equally as awkward. We don't owe y'all shit. No, we don't owe y'all shit. Y'all have gotten way more than you deserve. Minute you hear and she's country as cornbread, and the next minute you hear he grabbed a green cup,
But she doesn't owe you shit, Brittany. She doesn't owe you shit.
It's none of your business. Even if I said
and it's none of your business.
Doing all of his homework. That's none of your business. It's so weird to me. Like, just be yourself, bro. Like, I would never put my nose so deep in somebody else's life like this.
I would never, ever put my nose in somebody else's business like this. Okay, but it's a good thing that we have the internet here where you go on every single day and show the exact opposite. Now, again, the things I just clipped there, those are just in the last month. I was just going through the last month of content, you guys. She does this shit every day, all day. She toggles back and forth between picking through what a parent in a missing child's case does to then saying that it's nobody's business what's going on in her life when she puts it all out here on the fucking internet. Yeah, I would imagine. And also, I want to make sure you all know, I'm sure that if her child hit somebody at school, that generated a CPS call. I just don't know if that's what she's counting in her, 4 calls. All right. But let's now get to the main event. And again, I've already published this video, so, some of you have already seen it. But this is where we show that in the last month, she has literally snoozed her way through at least 15 minutes worth of other people's content. Okay. Now, again, I'm not a lawyer, and copyright and DMCA laws are actually very complicated. And again, that is why YouTube doesn't make decisions about copyright. They will strike videos based on their rules, but they can't make a copyright decision if it's going to be challenged. All right. I know 69. She changes all the time. She changes the tune all the fucking time. Snow. So I'm going to show, it sounds like some of you saw the video and you really liked it. So we're going to show it here, and I'm going to give some commentary over it. All righty.
Photos, all of anyone who will ever talk to me, it's everything in a central database, and that is where, for me, Kaylee gets to live, right? Like, that is me collecting all of these pieces of this sort of.
So you'll see it come up, but what you're hearing is Kaylee Gonsalves's sister, Olivia, giving an interview to Brian Enton. All right. And this is Brittany snoring through Brian Enton's exclusive interview with Olivia. While she's talking about some of the most horrendous, traumatizing, heartbreaking things that you can talk about. And here she is.
Her story in one place and bringing her home. And something that is probably going to take me a really, really long time, but I'm okay with that, because I know at the end, when I sit back, this will be, almost like an encyclopedia of sorts that just has, all of the answers and all of the pieces, and hopefully enough pieces to the point where, it all comes together and it all makes sense in my head one day.
Now, about a week ago, I did another live where I basically said Brittany J is a scammer and she doesn't care about true crime. And this is yet another receipt showing exactly that. And also about with the legal fund clip I just showed you earlier. She didn't tell people that she was going to be using that money to send letters to CPS and the DA. That's not what she told people she was going to do with it. They thought they were going to see legal action come out of that. And the only legal action they saw were cease and desist sent. And then the other actual legal action that was taken had to be taken by Brittany by herself. Okay. So that's a con. That's a scam. That's a con. And then we got somebody who does not give a fucking shit about true crime during her unfair use snore sessions.
You mean in terms of the murders?
Yeah, in terms of, understanding what was the beginning of the end.
No, hold on.
Okay.
You mean in terms of the murders?
Yeah, in terms of,
Hear that?
understanding what was the beginning.
So she was sitting there, and I need you to all to know that these clips represent just the snoozy parts, okay? Before and after these snoozy parts, she's letting the video run for hours sometimes, but mostly, several minutes. And then, we catch the snoozing. But in this particular one, she was so fucking out of it that she had to be woken up. And when she got woken up, you can hear her wakey wake sounds. And then you can hear him. And then she says, "Oh, dear God." Watch this.
Yeah.
See?
In terms
I mean, she sounds literally like she just picked her head off the fucking pillow and looked over on the table. She probably doesn't even know where the fuck she is right now. She's so out of it.
of the murders.
Yeah, in terms of, understanding what was the beginning of the end.
And she's like, "Dear God," it's like she's just realizing how out of it she was, and that this video is still running. Okay. And earlier Reality was saying the video's almost at the end. The video's almost at the end, because she knows she's fucking sleeping. I saw someone ask a question in here. Just one moment. One moment. If her attorney wrote a letter to CPS or DA, do you think it was like an injunction type thing? No, I think they were trying. They don't. The DA and CPS don't have any power to come out and give a protective order or an injunction. The DA has the power to launch an investigation if they deem it fit. And CPS, really, they can't do anything with the public except, dealing with the kids. Be nice, try it. Thank you for being a member for 5 minutes. And oh my gosh, Brazy, thank you so much for the gifted memberships. And to the new people, welcome to Drogon's Fire. We're here to break chains around bad brains. And Canvas and Crime has been a member for 1 month. Thank you very much. Let's see. We also got Shauna, a member for 7 months. Another OG. We got Rhonda, good member for 3 months. Got that with Be Nice, Try It for 5 months. And the gifted memberships. Thank you very, very, very much. All right. Oh, good. Auburn Warfare. Welcome, Auburn Warfare. Hello, Autumn Renee. Good to see you. Oh, thank you very much for the gifted membership. Be Nice, Try It. Thank you all very, very much. All right, let's keep going.
No, hold on.
There's no issues at formal, and there's nobody that they should be having bad blood. So obviously follow-up need to be done at the club and the drug check at the very least.
What the hell? Nobody's asleep, you stupid ass. We're trying to watch this and hear it. Nobody's asleep, but what's disrespectful is you coming into my chat and not and trying to cause problems when we're not over here bothering anybody. We're watching this body cam that we've all are invested in. There's no sleeping. There's nobody's being disrespectful. The only one that's being disrespectful is you. Mind your own business. Nobody's bothering you. Nobody's being disrespectful.
Nobody gives it the hell.
I just cannot with this. I cannot. I'm letting it play so we can hear what they're saying. I've paused throughout the entire thing.
Nope.
Hold on, let me fix it. I pushed it back by accident.
She did not pause through the entire thing. How are those bushes today, y'all? Hope y'all out there in the bushes are doing good. Good to see y'all. Thanks for checking in the chat. That's interesting. So it said you just became a member, but you've been a member for 6 months. YouTube keeps glitching on the memberships. It's kind of weird. BJ, we know when you nod off, you do the same. You shake your head, you clear your throat, and you say, let's go, and back to hear that again. That's exactly right.
All right, let's keep going. Wow. Wow.
There she is with that world-changing commentary. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Wow. Wow. What? Wow. Okay.
Earth-shaking. Just absolutely earth-shaking. Thank you for becoming a member. I'm a queefer. Wow.
Wow. Wow.
I think I got a super chat.
And that's about all when she's in sleepy mode, that's about all the commentary you're going to get. Wow. Wow. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wow. That's her. I know she does sound like a dying cat. Her villain name would be Snoring Gaslighter. Yep.
Let's see here. I did. Thank you so much, Michelle, 420.
And, you know, as with other things, as with in other realms for her, nothing is sacred, not even her friends. So here she is. This right now is one of her best friends on YouTube, Sinner, and she's snoozing even through his shit. That's not very far. That's not very fair, is it?
Lemons in the chat. Thank you so much. And we do have
It's almost over.
we do have a lemon.
My cat.
In that one, you can hear her like waking herself up with her coughing and her snoring. I know, Love Louie. Listen to her, like she kind of snorts herself awake.
I did. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Wow. Wow.
I think I got a super chat. Let's see here. I did. Thank you so much, Michelle, 420. Lemons in the chat. Thank you so much. And we do have
See, I mean, that'll happen to me sometimes. I'll be falling asleep, you know, in my bed, not when I'm live on YouTube, but I'll be falling asleep and I'll hear myself go like, or something like that. You know, that's probably happened to you guys too. You'd kind of hear yourself as you're going to sleep go, it's like a hum or like a groan or something that's totally involuntary. And that's one time this woman at work did it in a meeting. She was sitting there dozing off while we were listening to somebody talk. And she went, and everybody's looking at her. I mean, so when people do that in meetings, Brittany, when people at work do that in meetings, they could actually get fired, especially if they do it every fucking day. All right. Why do I keep doing that?
It's almost over.
we do have a lemon
My cat.
avatar or emoji as well. Oh, thanks again, Lisa, for the gifted.
Laura
Is it okay?
said something? No.
You're a terrible person.
So you got it now, right?
I hope you have the worst fucking Christmas ever. I really do. Because you don't.
I give them each a bone, and then one of them puts it down and barks at the other for the bone that the other one has. All right, you both have my phone number now.
This $49 portable heater is disrupting the entire heating industry, and big brands are trying their hardest.
I'm not going to lie, you guys. I let my premium lapse on this account because I honestly just wanted to see what it was like to not have premium. And I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate not having premium. I'm about to buy it again. But anyway, so sorry for making you dredge through my little experiment of not having premium while I watch this. So now in this video, this time, she's snoozing during the at night. So this is at night's content that she's snoozing over. Not very fair play. Fair use. There's Craig snapping.
Interesting. It was done over and over.
See, I didn't hear that before, but I picked it up this time. Do you hear that? Reality says, Brit, seriously? I know that, Melissa, in all honesty, I wouldn't be paying attention to this at all if not for this specific reason. Who else, what other employer would allow her to come show up to work and fucking snore through it most of the day? Nobody. And I don't even know why people will donate anything to her. She brings absolutely fucking nothing but a place for people to go and gossip for a period of time while being totally insensitive about true crime cases. Well, if you're going to do that, just be a drama channel. Just do that. Be a drama channel. Or I can tell you, you get me off your back if you just said you're a drama channel and stop doing true crime. Because what you do with true crime, Brittany, is a fucking travesty. And I cannot believe that subscribers will sit there and stand for somebody snoring through another person's content during a true crime stream.
Interesting.
So I hadn't caught that before, but this is the same time. This is the same day. Like you'll hear in just a few minutes, Reality snaps at the entire chat for saying that she's sleeping and snoring. Even though she said earlier on, Brit, seriously? Brit, seriously?
Interesting. It was done over and over and over, and they used heat sinking, they used FLIR, they used vision, they used night. I mean, they did. If you can name it, they did it, and they did it in multiple ways. I don't think he's that close to home, unless he's in a basement. I was begging them to search further.
You doing all right, Britt, sweetie?
Okay.
Yeah, you just hear me through. Sorry, my nose is stopped up.
I know, sweetheart. I know.
I'm here. I'm just listening. That part gets me.
Asthma, okay?
Y'all please
Stop with the story.
So earlier you heard Craig snapping. Now you got Reality snapping in a completely different way after saying, Brit, seriously? It's just asthma. That's a very, very special and rare kind of asthma that only shows up when she decides to say that it showed up.
Get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
leave her the hell alone.
It's fine. Nobody's asleep. We know I'm not asleep.
I'm just sick and tired.
I'm sick.
Grow up.
Kitty catty. I'm not asleep, honey. I'm wide the fuck awake, y'all. I'm wide awake.
She has asthma.
I'm wide awake.
She looks wide awake, right?
I'm not asleep.
I'm not asleep. I'm not asleep. I'm not asleep.
I'm absolutely fine. No beard either. No beard.
Think of it. I'm just tired of them coming in here and saying it.
Don't worry about it.
She said she was getting sick.
No,
I'm yelling at the fact that they just can't stop saying that.
Yeah, and Not everybody's freaking. Y'all just please kill it with that already. Stop with it. Just stop.
See my dog? See my dog up there? Why don't you guys go find a pacifier and put it in your mouth?
Listen, as much as these people give me shit, if I was falling asleep, I'd end the stream. Y'all, I've done really well with not going to sleep on the stream.
Rocks. I don't care about what you have to say.
I do need something to drink, though. My throat's burning. I mean, I've said it every time now. I've admitted every time I go to sleep. My breathing is really.
Now, I don't know if Craig was laughing at her while she said, I admit it every time I sleep. It's hard to tell whether he's always looking at stuff in the background and laughing at other shit that's going on. So it's hard to tell if she's laughing at him or laughing at something else, but the timing is perfect. The timing is very comedic.
Time now. I've admitted every time I go to sleep.
Perfect comedic timing.
My breathing is really bad tonight because I'm sick. I've been getting sick all day.
I wouldn't wish this on you. I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. It's got worse. There's one for that door. Family, relatives, all waiting to love him and.
Right. Now remember that was her big defense was, I've been getting sick. Well, you were getting sick all fucking month? Were you getting sick all fucking month? At least that I've documented here. But we've seen you snoring all fucking year. All year.
He's going to walk through that door. Did you just burst into laughter when you said that, stepdaddy? That's concerning to me. He doesn't believe that child is ever going to walk through that door. And the belief doesn't seem to come from kill. It actually seems to burst into laughter because he knows it's ridiculous that his stepson is ever going to walk through that door again. Why?
Shit. I was muted. I'm sorry, you guys. And now, I hate when that happens. Sorry about that. Oh, what I was saying was, I know for sure that she's been snoring way longer than this. But what I'm trying to convey here is that within a month's period of time, she did 15 minutes worth of this shit while looking at other people's while using other people's content, not transforming it, not adding any other value to the content than snoring. Right? I'm going to be honest with you, Melissa. I feel guilty even talking about this girl. If she wasn't doing true crime, I wouldn't. If she didn't call herself true crime, I wouldn't be covering her. But she calls herself a true crime channel, and she calls this her job. And I'm sorry, but man, you guys, when I was working in tech, I worked my ass to the ground. It was so fucking intense. Sometimes I did 60 to 70 to 80 hour work weeks. Very little sleep. And those were intense work weeks. I mean, this is where you're going from meeting to meeting to meeting and having to meet deadline after deadline after deadline, and you're rushed and you're stressed and everything. And so to see somebody say that this is their job and then sleep through most of it, especially in true crime, is just absolutely fucking galling to me.
because you know he's dead. You absolutely know that this is ludicrous. Mom then goes on this thing where, oh, he's going to have lots more friends than before. What? This is the important thing, that if he shows up and have more friends, not that he's alive. Just very strange behavior from both of them.
I did 69 Catalina. It's a full month from October 21st to November 21st. So it's a full, I went through, and just on her true crime channel. I don't really care as much if she's sleeping on her drama channel. I mean, that's just a drama channel, right? She's not taking, the most sensitive issues and snoring over them while using other people's content on her drama channel. Sometimes she does, but it's enough that she does it practically every night on her true crime channel.
Even the laughing part, the humor part, when he's missing, when he's
that's actually another thing too, is that lately she's doing so much more drama on her true crime channel. Just like last night or the night before, she did all like 5 hours of just really vicious, gross, disgusting drama. Just drama. The night before that, she did mostly drama on a stream that was titled Sebastian Rogers, after Seth specifically said, hey y'all, I really don't like it when you do a drama stream with my son's name in it. Don't do that anymore. Now she says, that wasn't for me. I think that was for anybody that applies to, and it certainly applies to her, because she fucking does drama streams with Sebastian in the title all the fucking time.
Absolutely missing, and you don't know where he is, that he might be dead, that he might be being tortured someplace. He might be, they've never reached out to him, really. They never said, God, you might be in the woods starving. You might be, oh, please come back. Please, somebody find him. They're not.
So on this particular night, Craig was doing everything in his power to get her awake, and she wasn't waking up. And one of the things that he was doing was playing music loud, playing something in the background very loudly. Okay. And that didn't work. So he probably ends up having to shake her awake.
Not saying any of that. They're talking about him like something that happened in the past. Let me tell you about something that happened with me. And just because I have this memory I have this memory.
You didn't do story
when he was.
It got really bad at that point. So finally he's like, do you know that you're snoring over there?
5 or 6, can't remember now exactly how old he was. My husband and I dropped one of our sons, my son at the time. I'll have to explain this in a minute. We dropped them off at the pastor's house for an overnight. And my husband and I never left our kids overnight before. And we left our daughter, who was 2 years old.
I'm going to skip through a little. You heard what she just said.
Yeah, we heard what she just said, but Brittany, I'd like you to repeat what she just said. Tell us. What did she just say? What did she just say? And how can you add commentary of value to that conversation? Clearly. Yeah, I don't know, Jody Lou. I don't know.
Save up to 30% on small group travel during G Adventures Big.
Hold on, guys. I just, hold on.
See, that time, kid had to come in and wake her up. And this is while she's watching Law and Crime.
Hold on, guys. I just hold on.
That's true, Mountain Mama. Guilt. When you're ridden with guilt, you do all kinds of strange things. It's almost over with this.
I just cannot, y'all. It makes me angry.
You doing all right, Britt?
We've already asked Seth this question, so it's not going to be traumatic for him.
Here she is now. Once again, it's her friend Josh from the lab. She's snoring over him and Chris McDonough.
Just halfway.
Yeah, I'm good. I just wanted to, this last part, I just wanted to let Chris McDonough finish up this part right here.
Okay.
You know, Love Louie, I actually was asking myself that question too. Why she should just by default mute her mic so we don't hear this shit and while the video is playing. But she thinks that she's going to be pausing and commentating over it. And she doesn't. She just snores over it. So, and we can hear it.
And normally I would pause it more, but I don't think Josh is going to strike me. I mean, this is really important what Chris said.
You see, so to her, it doesn't matter. You know, she would pause it, but no, she wouldn't pause. She doesn't pause it because she's not conscious. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. It'll come back one moment.
More, but I don't think Josh is going to strike me. I mean,
right. I don't think Josh is going to strike me because so in her mind, you only strike the people you don't like, not the people you do like. If you like the person, you won't strike them because it's not really about the law and it's not about fairness. It's just about whether you like them or you don't like them, right? And that's how it goes in her mind.
this is really important what Chris said.
Put the Darth.
What did he say, Brittany? How do you know it's important? Please repeat it so we know how important it is and add some insight to it, some of your own thoughts to it. You can't. You're unconscious. Yeah, I agree. So someone was saying, do you think she's rage baiting? Somebody asked, here you are. Do you think she's rage baiting? Nope. I don't. I think I think she's just doesn't give a shit. I think she just doesn't give a shit about true crime. She falls asleep. And she's going to keep lying about it until it doesn't work for her anymore. It's still working for her in many ways because people still watch her. Not as many as before, but they still do. She's genuinely in denial with how bad it is. And the other portion of her fully invites it. She isn't lying to everyone else. She's lying to herself. Yep, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Vader helmet on and press up.
But I do think that she knows that she's a scammer. And she's doing all the things that she railed on other people about. She knows on a certain level, but there are other things that she lies to herself about constantly.
Because you're going to hit the wall. Okay. Yeah. Now. And press up because you're going to.
But
listen to this again because Chris says something prophetic about Darth Vader and hitting the wall.
I don't think Josh is going to strike me. I mean, this is really important what Chris said.
Put the Darth Vader helmet on and press up because you're going to hit the wall. Okay. Yeah. Now.
And Brittany's like, did somebody say Darth Vader? Coming right up. Somebody said Darth Vader. I got your Darth Vader right here, y'all.
All right, let's go ahead. All right, I'm going to do like 5 more minutes and we're going to head on out, guys, because it's getting late.
Search. Okay. And then what we had them download an app that actually showed us where they were staying.
Start topo.
Yeah. So we knew exactly where they went.
Okay.
And so we've done that, well, we did it for a whole week. And then we've gone back and we did it another 2 days, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
And so we drained ponds.
I know you guys did that.
We had divers in ponds.
Yeah.
We've got.
Are you worried that using your home address for business puts your privacy at risk?
Okay, y'all. So during this portion of the video, I'm just going to mute it because if I don't mute it, we're going to be sitting here listening to a commercial. But she doesn't snore through this, but she just maybe a little bit. Wait, let's see.
Property damage and much more.
No, but she's being negligent and she's just playing through this commercial because she is asleep. She is snoozing. Okay. But this is a very, very common occurrence where she's fallen asleep and then lets several commercials run without skipping it, even though she was donated money to get premium. So she didn't have to do this. Chroma Reels. No, I have not seen that. I may already know what you're talking about. I haven't really covered Chris McDonough. Not sure if I'm going to, but I'll check it out. Is it on your channel, Chroma Reels? See here, we're just still here in the middle of commercials.
Bad data costing you big.
She finally catches it. And she's like, oh, it's not letting me skip. You mean it didn't let you skip? How many times, Brittany? How many times? Oh my gosh. Sorry about the dings. Sorry about the dings, y'all.
Hang on. It's not letting me skip. Hold on.
Please tell the family.
Yeah.
We're working on it every day.
Creators, I built these 3 apps to run my business just using prompts with Base 44. Let's talk productivity. As a one-man show, I have to handle everything myself. So missing a task isn't an option. I built a scheduling.
See, this time a commercial came up and reality's trying to get her attention, but can't get it.
Calendar to manage my content.
Finally gets it, I guess.
We're going to do a full Sebastian stream tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. I'll be wide awake with bright ideas and a whole lot to say and a lot more energy. Please say a prayer for this family.
Amen.
So she says, I'm going to do an entire deep dive tomorrow. I'm going to be, and she does this all the time. We're going to do true crime. We're going to do a deep dive. I miss those days of those deep, 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 deep dives. No, that's not what she did. The next night, she did not do an entire deep dive. She went on her true crime channel and did something like 5 hours of all drama. And in my opinion, some of the most vile drama, because she was reviewing her friend Sinner, who literally just enjoys sitting there verbally abusing women. I mean, that's all he does. Yeah. Breaking news, it never happened.
Right. Say a prayer for all of them. This is bad. There's going to be a full dive tomorrow, of a full Sebastian stream, where we're all well rested and wide awake and got bright ideas, and there's a whole lot to talk about after covering this tonight.
Yeah, I think it was
Lavina Cordelia. I haven't seen your name in a long time. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping by.
pretty good live, to be honest. Well, there's a lot. All right, good night.
To talk about after covering this tonight.
Yeah, I think it was a pretty good live, to be honest.
That was a pretty good live, y'all. That was a pretty good live. There was only 50% snoring on this. So it was a good live. I get cookie and a gold star for not falling asleep through 50% of a stream. Reality gives the cookies out when she does good. And for them, good means not falling asleep on the job. Which is just for all of us other working Americans is mandatory that you do not fall asleep on the fucking job.
Well, there's a lot. All right. Good night.
Lee the Bee, this really started, I would say, about a year ago. It was, people started paying attention to it. It may have started happening before that, but really about a year ago is when people started noticing, hey, is she falling? That's when she bonked her head into the mic on camera. Okay. So thank you, Be Nice, Try It, for not falling asleep. So anyway, I think, and I feel like it's just gotten worse and worse and worse. And she says at a certain point in this video, you know, I haven't been doing as bad with my sleeping on the night that it was really, really bad. And, but we've captured a month worth of 15 minutes of sleeping. If she's not sleeping, it does. I don't even care if she's sleeping or not. She's just sitting there making ungodly sounds, watching other people's content about true crime victims and their families and what they're going through. And she's making horrific, disgusting sounds while doing that. But yes, it's definitely gotten worse over time. I'm sorry. She's like, she even makes a sleep noise and doesn't really wake up. And then somebody texts her and she finally wakes up. Watch this again. Betty, I do sometimes, actually. I think I'm very much a big fan of evaluating your own work with a critical eye and seeing what could be done better. Absolutely. That's the sign of somebody who wants to learn and grow. In fact, in every job I've ever had, there's always been like some sort of quarterly or monthly review. One more time for this.
I see we got a trampoline for Christmas. I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Good night, guys. I'm not stealing I'm not going live every single night, waiting on another person to go live so I can sit there and take all their content while they are live. That's stealing. Not only are you stealing people's content, but you're taking their views too.
No, what you do is you snooze through at least 15 minutes of other people's content in 1 month, among other fair use violations. So that is why I called this video Unfair Use, starring Brittany J. That's just as much stealing as, that's in the same class as stealing as screen sniping, which you have a big problem with.
Bullshit.
You're absolute garbage, and you're not good at this. Come take a link if you got something smart to say. I bet you won't, because you're a coward, just like all your crackhead, racist friends are.
To get them to go after somebody. Yep.
Shout out iTower.
Anonymous channels put up because I knew who the fuck any of these people were. Had a personal vested.
Did you hear her struggling there? That mighty, mighty struggle. My God.
To get them to go after somebody. Yep.
Shout out iTower.
Anonymous channels put up because I knew who the fuck any of these people were. Had a personal vested friendship fallout.
Boys, dude, it sucks so much. So much.
Shit. And when you make your YouTube experience about friendship, basically going after people that you've fallen out with in one way, shape, or
What? Nope, never happened to me. Never happened once. I had a tiny bit of back and forth with Troll, but then I came to my senses.
Somebody gets in touch with her because she's sitting there snoring over her best friend's stream, her best creator friend stream. I mean, whether it's unfair use or not, that sure is insulting to your friends, Brittany, to sit there and snore over their streams. Not very nice.
Excuse me.
No.
Because even though
Wispy, you need to get your own shit.
And then she sat there and snored for a good 15 minutes no, not 15 minutes. She sat there and snored for several minutes and then said Wispy needs to get her own shit. Well, she snores over other people's content. I've never seen anything like this in true crime. Never.
Man, I'm telling you, it's coming down the pike. People like Wispy, Trasha Talks, Kathy P, Earth, people like them. I'm telling y'all's channels you're going to get in trouble. Your channel's going to go down. Yes, because you can't do your own stuff. You got to. You're literally stealing. When you do that, you're stealing from somebody.
You are stealing as well, Brittany J. You are stealing as well. If that's stealing, you are stealing. This is unfair use. This is what we call unfair use. So like I said, the videos that I showed earlier, those are going to be available to members shortly here. And the video I just showed you is already public. So go ahead and check it out if you want to see it without my commentary. But I just like I like to use people's own words and their own streams to show their own hypocrisy, especially when it comes to covering true crime cases. So really, that's what I had for you today. I really appreciate you all being here today. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's. So we got the super chat from Be Nice Try It for not falling asleep. Thank you for paying me to not fall asleep. I appreciate it. I'm a queefer. Great name. I think I got all of the super chats and stuff. So just remember that we are here to break those chains. Break those chains. If you're a member of my channel, you're helping me to break those chains with Drogon's fire. But thank you very, very much for being here. I appreciate the great commentary in the chat. I always appreciate seeing other people's thoughts and insights on all this stuff. And I will definitely be seeing you around these streets. I will be doing another book club reading tomorrow with my lovely Cinnamon Girl co-reader. It's actually a good book. It's Nobody's Girl by Virginia Giuffre. It's a really good book. If you haven't already read it, we're in the middle of reading it to the audience. So anyway, good to see you, LFT Decipher. Thanks for being here. All right. So that was, on the shorter side of a stream, but still, I just wanted to document the unfair use and the misappropriation of funds by Brittany J. Bye.